Good afternoon, everybody. Clinton here with Oval Window Racing. Today is going to be kind of a short video. We're just going to install the flywheel hopefully for the last time. As you see in the previous video, I got the long block together, but today we're going to focus mainly on the flywheel, which means we have to put the shims in and the main seal, which I got to get the main seal around, but we'll come over here and I'll show you what I got going on here. And I tried to set everything out. Got the flywheel. Got some shims here that I had previously mocked up. Don't forget your O-ring. And again, make sure the O-ring is out of this one. I just cleaned this flywheel. I tried to polish the outside sealing surface as good as possible so there doesn't leave for any oil leaks later. I kind of wish I would have noticed that earlier. I would have, when they lighten the flywheel, I would have told them to polish it. I usually do, but Jeremy took care of all that. Got the hardware I'm going to need, flywheel lock, the final gland nut. I'll probably do a torque down first with my gland nut. Just make sure everything's in place. And then the torque wrench and the persuasion bars. I'll torque it down to as high as this goes, which I think is close to 300 foot-pounds, and then I'll try to put some additional weight and get the nut to move just a little bit more, which will make it closer to 400 foot-pounds. But right now I got to find where I put the main seal. All right, found it. Didn't recognize it in the red box, but I like using these Erling seals. I believe I opened this up once before, maybe I didn't. Take a look at it. Box on opening. Nothing too exciting. Just going to be an orange seal. Looks like a single lip. And this little baby's going to go right in here. But I've got a tool for that, and I got to go dig that up now. Forgot to put that out. Always make sure you have everything ready to go before you do the final assembly, because you only want to do it one time. All right, here it is. Nothing too exciting. It's just kind of a modified gland nut. I put the shim in here. Sometimes gives it the little extra oomph to get it in, and then just a big old flat washer with the machine out for the dowel pens. But before we can get this going, we're going to have to install the shims first, and then install the seal in the flywheel just to make sure that's in there so we don't forget. Then we put the main seal in and then put the flywheel on. Step by step by step. Let's get going. Always helps here, again, kind of lube this, come on lube. A little bit of lube on the O-ring, helps it find its way home. Just a little tiny stretch, not too much. And we'll stick it in here. Make sure it's all the way in there. I had one time. It was on an aftermarket flywheel, but kept wanting to pinch. That was no fun. And just a little lube on these guys, just to help them through their initial first startup. And we'll lightly stick those on there. Double check, make sure everything's clean. Also helps on the seal. Get a little oil in there. Just on the inside. And then this is going to go on the engine. It's nice. It just takes a normal 1/4 inch socket wrench, and you just make sure you got your wrench going the right way. you're good, you can carefully tap these in with a clean rubber mallet. But this is kind of nice because it kind of gets it down evenly. I like to get it so it's just a tad countersunk. And then we'll take it off and check it. All right, beautiful. Now it's time for the flywheel. Now, if you remember in a previous video, I marked it so I knew where it was going to go on, but one of the dowel pins kind of came with it too, so you can already kind of know where it goes. And before we get that going, we will oil this surface as well. I know we oiled the O-ring, but it doesn't hurt to do both. Alright, a wiggle there. Get our lock, our well-used lock. Story behind the lock here, my buddy's dad actually loaned this to me, and because he wasn't working on any Volkswagen engines, but he decided he was going to start working on some Volkswagen engines, so he asked if he could get it back, and I said sure. I just actually went out and just bought him a brand new one because you can see I well used this one. It was kind of like brand new when I got it, and he didn't mind. He said he would have been fine with it, but I got him a new one anyways. Alright, so we'll grab my nut first. We did put the washers in, right? Or the what the heck are those things called? Shims. Yeah, we did put the shims in. End-play shims. Yeah, we did put the end-play shims in, right? You know, one thing I got to do here is I do have to lock my stand down. A little hand tighten one just doesn't tighten enough when you want to torque down to 300-400 foot-pounds. We will slowly tighten this up. By hand. And we'll grab the torque wrench. It goes just a little over 300. Let's see if we can do this without having to get someone to stand on the stand. Alright, there's the 300 foot-pounds. A nice happy click. Before we go any further, we're going to take a reading, make sure we're right about where we're at when we did the trial fit. And then we'll remove the trial nut, and then we'll put the permanent gland nut in there with a bunch of Loctite. Well, the numbers still seem to be about the same, so we're going to continue. We're going to grab the new gland nut. And this one's a little different. I think I noticed that before. It was a little bigger than the scat ones I like to use. This just happens to be 42 millimeter. Fits in there nicely. Which is kind of nice because there used to be one that was really huge. And the socket I had to use, I had to grind down and get it to fit in the groove of the flywheel. But this one fits nicely. So we'll be good with that. Does take a larger socket wrench, but I got this adapter here, so I can still use my torque wrench. So let's find a Loctite and get some Loctite on here. I like to put the Loctite on the threads really good. Last thing you want is a gland nut come off, and then I like to put it on the washer just to help lube things up. Sometimes I'll put it on, you know, it's a little excessive, but put it on here too. Put it on there and we'll spin it around. Ooh, yep. So it works as a sealant, an anti-removal, and a lubricant. All right, torque wrench socket. Lock's already on. There's that. Now we'll grab the socket wrench, persuasion bar, pickle fork. I have a whole mess of stuff here. And carefully make sure we don't tip the engine stand over. Yep, move a little more. Oh, there we go. That should be good. All right, everything still spins around. That's a good sign. I will take one more measurement, see where our final measurement is at after our final torque, and be done with this step. But I won't bore you with that. I'll just send off the video now. I'd like to thank you for joining me today, and as always, feel free to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment. I'll try to link, probably in this video, I'll try to link the video I did before with the trial fitting of the flywheel, and maybe a couple of the other videos, but I'll probably wait till when I'm finally done with this, and I'll list them all in the description below. But until then, be safe, keep the flat side down, the shiny side up, and take care.